Gentlemen, we got a game on the original Tunnel server. Rejoice! Oh, hallelujah. We got a game on the right Tunnel server. Okay. Whew. Alright, in the top left, playing as the Cyan Wings of Coronia, we have SW Sing. Their teammate playing as the Crimson Psycor, we have LHJ forming Team Super Angel, currently leading this 2-1. Their opponents fighting to stay within the series, we have Otto playing as the Purple Wings of Coronia, and his teammate Last xuangod playing as the Orange Russia. Otto's last mistake, very first pick in the first game on Scorpion Trail was to play Wings of Coronia, and he's back at it again with the meta pick, but last time Otto played Coronia he forgot to win the game. So it's up in the air what Otto will do this time, and again it helps that Sing has broken out his own Coronia pick. So it's not a straight Coronia mirror match, which is Resident Sleeper, but they will have better solutions to deal with the air blobs should they assemble. The teammate picks here, we've got Psycorp, which is a much more meta pick here, able to more Marauders, Magnetism, alongside with Driller Bullshittery, War Rigs as well. Against Russia, which have problems with the large infantry swarms, but still perfectly capable faction. Probably going to see mass Tesla cruisers with Iron Curtain spam. We see a Lancer move in an effort to try and get some decent scouting off as the conscript walked past him. As the Lancer is going to be able to get scouting off, and that's very solid scouting actually on xuangod here for just one Lancer. That 500 quid well spent. Even better if the Lancer escapes. Although xuangod's not going to break off the... No, xuangod does break off the pursuit. No, he's going to go for it. Lancer continues to run away. Conscripts these days just as fast as a Lancer. And it looks like the Lancer's going to escape as well. No elite conscripts here for xuangod, as that is 500 quid that makes it back to base. Very good scouting out here from Sing. As we initiates cleaning up a couple of dogs. All players going out to mine for the gems here. Fairly standard build orders. I think this has been double refinery with factory in between. And this looks like to be a fairly standard build order from the phone player. Again, a similar play from the Russia, going straight into radar dish. No field bureau as of yet, but that's not needed, as we're going to see double factory before the second refinery here from the phone player, or should I say third refinery I should think, as RSNDM are about to completely mine out their small gem pit down in the middle of the cliffs here, whilst Super Angel here not having mined that out remotely as much, and their economies are actually suffering a little bit, except unless you're the HJ who's got the 2 ghost miners on that. Couple of initiates here try to apply pressure on Otto here, but the Night Frames are in a position to just straight up deny that, and those initiates come walking home without anything to show for it, but that's probably for the best rather than trying to waste them away trying to get minimal infrastructure damage done on the phone player. Meanwhile, we're going to go straight into the nuke reactor from xuangod, Cloud Piercer as well coming out from the Coronia Bay. We've got a Soul Demo Truck out here from Russia. Likely going to try and sneak its way from the top. Got a couple of Draco tanks out here as we're going to Wind Trap, Cyber Kernel. Looks like the Coronia players straight tier 3 rushing. Still waiting on Cloud Piercer from Otto here. I hear someone die. Sounded like a conscript. Or factory pressure. No, but closer to a beacon detected on the top here. Sing has definitely noticed the demo truck there from xuangod. He's in a position to respond with his own Draco tank. He's going to need more frames though in an effort to deal with the conscript blob, because whilst it's not the most threatening thing in the world and he does have crush, I don't think those night frames will be able to hold their own. So, yep, there we go, we're seeing more night frames, we're seeing buzzers now in the production queue, as I think Sing's misclicked and is making a second cyber kernel. I think he's panicked a bit. I don't think he's noticed that, whereas we see straight tier 3 from his ally, the HJ. Otto here, I think, may have slightly fucked up his Cloud Piercer placement, denying the full Conyard wall, going into Cyber Kernel instead of Nano Loom. Having a large amount of night frames here, so we've got a sizable conscript blob here with Rhino tank support. Got the first buzzard out on the field. believe it's not. Oh no, we're going to see a second MCV from Singh here. Smart move, likely to try and claim the ore field in the middle there, provide some much needed base radius. I think Singh finally caught on to the fact he was building another server kernel, now working on his piercer expansion, miles ahead of his enemy, who's still only now working on their nano loom. Meanwhile, Russia going straight for the palace. Absolutely no corners cut here in terms of tech rushing. We've got the demo truck successfully moving out now from xuangod. Oh no, it's not going to make it though. The Dracos have in fact been called on response, and that demo truck is going to be picked up by the Draco drones. Well, not by the Draco tanks themselves. However, we see an even larger foam blob here from Otto. However, HJ now on tier 3 with Libra on the field, but how hard can Libra carry is the question. Yeah, we've got a sizable Marauder force here that may be able to stave away the Draco tanks, assuming they don't get spin boosted. As now, the HJ is now defending in being here, whilst the foam blob could probably take that on. Advancing into Chimera cores without detection is often regarded as suicide. For in this particular case, I think Otto could get away with it. I think it's probably a risk worth taking. He's got a decent economy, he can definitely afford to rebuild from this. But Otto, characteristically, as of the series, has been playing it safe, and it looks like that trend is set to continue. Not a whole lot of action here, no major engagements this game, as both players just keep consolidating their positions. Wild Infiltrator gets eaten by a Terror Drone here, not sure what he was trying to accomplish, but he gets picked up for free. Must be here a driller on the field. Recoil firing somewhere. Oh, we've got veterancy, infantry veterancy out here, I think, from La HJ with his infiltration. No, it looks like he didn't get veterancy. Okay. That is unfortunate, would have been a very spicy play here, but alas, it's not to be, as the foam tank force with knife frame support continues to expand, now featuring clairvoyance. However, it's not like the HJ's been eyed alive, but the Marauder force continues to expand as well, and he's got buzzard support here from his ally. Though the buzzard numbers are actually fairly even, there's 3 buzzards each. Okay, make that 5 as they now move to regroup. As we've got a large nanosync blob up here from the top. However, there's a Kirov here, absolutely trolling them, and that Kirov can afford to just go to town. 4 night frames, but worst 6 can simply not enough to deal with that. You bring the buzzards in as well, as it looks like the buzzards will have enough AA firepower to take down the Kirov. Kirov goes down, granting the veteran night frames. Major engagement taking place down here on the bottom here, as Zorb floaters proceed to absolutely destroy the infantry-based force of the HJ here. We've got a couple of mind controls here. There goes the Shadow Ring. We've got the Marauders moving in. There's the Magnetism as well. Eureka trying to get some shots off, but she's simply too far away, as it looks like the Magnetism acting as a budget EMP for the foam player. It looks like Otto has just completely been routed here by just one mag satellite. And just like that, the situation changes. The nanosync blob are coming in down on the top as well. Volkov's down there. Cast curtain on the Terror drones. Good call here from xuangod. An effort to try and bail out the situation. But I don't think that will save him. The Terror drones have been picked up. It's just Volkov left with buzzard support. Most of the conscript infantry force has been cleaned up here. Looks like the Marauders going to town in Otto's base as well, cleaning out whatever infrastructure they can, with archers acting as primary anti-air. Looks like xuangod's going to lose his tier 3, and he certainly does, as there are still a couple of King's frames alive. He can probably take the nuke reactor as well, the nuke silo as well, although with the Desolators there, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. We've got Draco drones coming in, however, in an effort to try and seal the deal. However, I don't know what their main target is here, as they're simply caught out and eliminated by the Rhinos and Tesla cruisers. But it's gone south badly for Otto here, as he's lost all of his production and most of his money, most of his miners. It's not looking good here. Once again, it looks like Otto's the weaker link here, who couldn't win the game early enough, couldn't land any damage, and he's paying for it right now, as La HJ absolutely all over him. I believe this is already GG within 15 minutes here. And this could be the final game. Harbinger entering the battlefield to add insult to injury. Otto has been defeated. tier 3 back up for xuangod, but I don't think it's enough. Harbinger coming in close. Absolutely shits all over that ticker as last xuangod has been defeated. Super Range will take this